Good afternoon, London. My name's Hina, and I am coming to you from the Master Shah Dow Center here in London. I hope everyone's having a nice, beautiful, sunny day in London because we don't get many sunny days here. I love London, but you have to appreciate the beautiful sunny days. So today I'm here to speak about our workshop coming this weekend, June 18th and 19th. And it is the fast and fun spiritual way to lose weight. And you can ask yourself, what does spirituality have to do with losing weight or gaining weight for that matter, or anything to do at all with the physical aspect of weight? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you just follow me here to my little clipboard, we had an idea think tank earlier. And basically, a lot of people today, especially after COVID, became very sedentary. Everyone was on computer meetings, everyone was at home. So our idea think tank came up with, what is stopping you from the weight, from your ideal weight? And if you want to put it in the chat, please do, for our viewers, whoever's watching now or later, because if you're watching the recording, we will check back. So a big one from our think tank was motivation. A lot of us just aren't that motivated to get out and exercise when we can just buy a couple of size bigger clothes, which is kind of like me some days. Then there's priority. I have to work. I have to take my kids to school. I don't have time. So sometimes we can blame it on priority. We can blame it on health issues. Like my sister was just telling me yesterday, she had a foot problem and she was stuck on the couch for almost a year and she gained like 20 pounds because nothing helped her foot pain. Luckily, it's fixed now. There's that mindset, like I can't do it. Is that what's stopping you? How about perseverance or being consistent with it? Having willpower? Is it something where you're kind of like the first 2 to 3 weeks, you're like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm waking up at 6 o'clock. I'm going for my jog. But then after the third week, do you kind of like lose that same excitement and that whole, this is what I'm going to do, that momentum? Is it your environment? Like my husband, goodness gracious, he loves his sweet tooth. He loves his sweets. So even last night, he comes and he gives me Snickers, and then he gives me like popcorn. And I'm just like, oh, I cannot. Because for him, he can exercise. He'll like bicycle 100 miles. He'll run like, I don't know, 7, 8, 20, 30 miles. So he can eat that stuff. But for me, who doesn't, I cannot have that same diet. So environment is very, very important. Plus, if you have small kids and you're constantly finishing up their food, your parents, what did you grow up with? In my environment, in my culture, fried foods was just like normal, which is not really healthy for you, not in the long term. Once in a while, it's okay. Are you blaming it on low energy? Are you blaming it on self-love or getting out of your comfort zone? A lot of us get comfortable with where we're at. And we kind of stop ourselves into getting that body we actually want. And here's the beautiful thing about all these reasons for what's stopping you from getting to your ideal weight. Whether it is your health, which is on a physical condition, whether it is willpower, which is part of the mental body, whether it's self-love, your heart body, whether it's a mindset, which is obviously mental as well, whether it's environment, which is another physical manifestation, whether it's motivation, which is attributed to the heart and mind. What is that common thread? And that is the message. It all starts from the message. And then the message that we have in what we say is the soul or the warehouse of information then goes down to our heart, which is the willpower, the self-love, the comfort zone. It goes down to the mind level, which is the perseverance, the mindset, the I can't do it, to the priority. And then it goes down to, from the mind, it goes to the energy. So like basically low energy, no motivation. and then go to the physical aspect, which means our environment and our health conditions. So all these are just symptoms of the message. Now, during this weekend, you are going to find the root cause, which is the message. And that is why we have our beautiful and lovely teacher, Natalie, who's going to give you a little boost into changing the message and then getting to the manifestation, the physical aspect of our life, like that willpower to say, no, I don't want that Snickers bar. Or, okay, I'm going to wake up at 6. So Natalie, tell us, how are you going to change our message?
Okay, so first of all, thank you, Ida. You described so well. I think it's so true. And also, when we talk about weight loss, it's not always like we have to lose like millions of kilo, I would say. Sometimes just a little bit. And I remember when the lockdown started, like I think everyone gained weight because suddenly we didn't move anymore. And then I remember like last summer, I was in Berlin, and when I went out, I really on every corner I had like, oh, did you also gain weight in the lockdown? I was really like, wow, that's amazing. You heard it like everywhere. So I don't know if everyone went back to normal. I think it's really hard, right? Because we suddenly were so in that not moving. Then I don't know, it really changed for me also. And I was thinking when Nina was sharing, okay, what's my part? I was thinking, okay, so from how I grew up, we didn't eat so much sweets. I eat sweets, but I can stop it because we were not like totally eating it all the time when we were young, or we had kind of healthy food. It really has an influence. So I can go back, even if I switch, so I can do that. But like you say, like the motivation and then to really always focus and whatever, it's not easy always. Also, if you want to lose a little bit. So yes, so we can figure out. And I remember we had when we were in Berlin in our center, we had general classes on losing weight, and always what was identified when you do the practice. So we have different kind of practice. There is usually something you might not expect, because weight we also use as protection. Could be like something we carry around with us, or like Regina said, comfort zone. And when we go to this point, so this is what we will do on the workshop, we will identify what is causing that weight, and or to lose weight, or maybe some I think it's also for people who maybe want to gain weight, because it's more about balancing. We could also say in that way, balancing our weight, yeah, to have a proper weight. And when we find that point, we have different ways of working. So we have self practice. You see behind us the dark calligraphies we shared a lot about. We have all kind of ways to transform then the negative information, which caused us to have not a balanced weight, into a positive information. And then you will see that habits, our behaviors can totally change just when we fix, like, we change that message. And I experienced that quite some time, very often with people, not only with weight, but that's way because it's also something you see, right? Like it's a really a behavior, and we can switch of suddenly eating in a different way, or maybe if you are someone who cannot stop eating, that suddenly it stops naturally. That is amazing about the practices we will do at the workshop, like the way we will connect. So if you change that message, very natural, we can change the behavior. It's not so much effort anymore, because if there is any kind of negative information causing to have an unhealthy, weight, or we can just not lose weight. It's sometimes very hard to go over it, right? We really have to focus to do, like to try, yeah. But if that information is gone, it can be so much more easy to do that. So
So, and it's funny because when you're talking, I was just thinking, I was like, it's true, because after the lockdown, it took me a lot to start exercising and start moving again. And actually, it was really when I had an injury, and it was just too painful for me to move. and I still haven't been able to like be like get out of that like habitual like okay, I can't move too much because I don't want the pain to come back. And but I have like I am moving more, but it's true because the whole issue of weight loss is a lot deeper, and the cause is a lot more complicated than just not exercising or just not eating right. Like really a lot of these root causes, and once again please put in the chat what's your root cause that you think is preventing you from reaching your ideal weight. And that's the beautiful thing about being in the Master Shah Dow Center here in London or any of the global centers is that we actually get to the root cause. So it doesn't matter what excuse you're using for what's stopping you. And please put it in the chat because we want to make our think tank even bigger. Because the workshop that Natalie will be teaching this coming weekend with Mayur and David, these are going to be really good points, and to really focus and hone in. This is what's really causing this issue, and you know what? This is what I'm going to work on. And that's the beautiful thing about the Tao calligraphy healing field. Like Natalie could have like upbringing stuff. I could just have like, okay, motivation, laziness stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to work on my motivation. Natalie will work on this. You will work on whatever I can't do it, or comfort, emotional baggage, mental baggage, whatever it is. And Natalie has really open spiritual channels. So it's really interesting about what's going to happen this weekend. So Natalie, tell us some things that you're going to do this weekend.
So I think one very important point just came up to me when Hina was talking is that it will be, even if it's a workshop we're all together, it's still focused on your needs, right? So we will still identify what everyone needs and bring out. So to work on that. So I think this is something very special because sometimes it's hard for us to get to that point. Because if we have a certain behavior which is unhealthy, it's just running inside of us. So to get to that root and clear it, it's not easy. So sometimes we just need a little bit support to also identify what it is, what is driving us to that behavior. And then even together in the group and with the Tao Calligraphy healing field to clear that negativity and bring some positivity in, and then to go with a new drive out. Yeah, so that is in general, I would say, what this workshop can bring. So even if you feel, okay, I have a good weight, I don't even think, oh, I have to lose so much weight, but everyone can lose some kind of whatever we carry around. So it's really not only about physical weight, it's about so much more. Yeah, it's about really the weight we are carrying around with us on different layers. So it's much deeper. So it's basically for everyone. Everyone can join, and we all can, even if you feel good with your weight, but then still we have behaviors we can bring in a more positive way. Yeah, even for that, it's really, really good. And so we are together in the group, and we will also have some after classes then to work on that, because we start to identify, we work on it, but then we will also afterwards work more on it to really get it like integrated in our daily life.
Thank you. I know I'm excited. And you heard Natalie, you'll not only get the workshop, you will also get after classes to keep you accountable, to keep you working on that root message, to work on exactly what is stopping you from living your ideal life in your ideal weight. And for everyone, that's different. So thank you so much, Natalie, for being here today. Thank you for all our viewers. Thank you for everyone who can comment and chat. If you know anybody who is having issues with their weight, if you know anybody who's having actually not just physical weight issues, but emotional or mental issues, please have them share this message and give them an opportunity to join us, because the Master Shah Dow Center here in London wants to see the whole entire world happy and healthy. That is what we are here to do. We have really effectively helped so many people, hundreds, if not thousands of people, reach their goals in life, whether it is in relationships, in finances, definitely in health, mental, physical, emotional health. So give us an opportunity to serve you. Check us out. We have the link. It should be in the information section or it'll be in the comment section. You can also visit our website to find out more. We have, oh, so there you go, the Tao Science Fast and Fun Spiritual Techniques to Lose Weight. That's this weekend. You saw Natalie, she's going to be teaching on Saturday along with Mayur. And then we also have David Lush teaching on Sunday. That's the schedule right now. It could change. So please join us. Please share this message. Make a comment and let us know you're here. Let us know what you're interested in. Make some comments so we know what people are looking for. And so the next Facebook Live and even workshop could be created out of what you want. So I thank you so much. Once again, my name's Hina, coming to you from the Master Shah Tao Center here in London. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Goodbye.